Hi, welcome. It's me, GX, aka Chris, aka the Spin Dash, and this is SEGA Sonic Radio. And tonight is PACtoberfest. That's right, next week is Halloween, which, the requesters, they love the Halloweens. They love it so much. But I'm here to celebrate the man who eats the ghosts, the Pac-Man. Every year, in October, and by which I mean this is the second running year, I celebrate PACtoberfest. PACtoberfest, you know, I love many mascot games. I am not wholly dedicated to the Sonics. I have a wide-spanning appreciation for a number of mascot games. I particularly have a, you know, an affinity for many mascots. And Pac-Man really sticks out, because Pac-Man's legacy is weird. I don't know if you know this, but it started weird, and then it continued to be weird. It was weird this year. It was weird in the 80s. It was weird in the 90s. Have you ever played Pac-Pal? Pac-Pal is an early Pac-Man sequel. It's bizarre. Pac-Land is like one of the earliest arcade standard platformers. Like, it's... Oh, Pac-Land is so fantastic and strange. Anyhow, I love Pac-Man. So we're celebrating Pac-Man tonight. And then we'll celebrate Halloween next week. Less visual effects tonight, more videos, because I took a lot of videos. And with that, let's hit our first, we'll say quartet of songs, because one of them is 3 seconds long. I hope you enjoy. Here's 3 seconds of Super Pac-Man. Hey, welcome back. We were kicking things off with the start music from Pac-Man 1 and the main theme of Pac-Man Championship Edition NES. And then the last three were Waterworld from Pac-Man Arrangement, as well as the round clear theme of Super Pac-Man, Deadly Poisonous Meadows from Pac-Man World 2 Repack, and Celebration Avenue After Disaster from Pac-Man Party. Yeah, there's an NES version of Pac-Man Championship Edition. It's only available, I believe, in certain combinations of recent Namco collections, particularly if you get multiple collections or multiple pieces of DLC for a collection. Originally launched with the Namcot collection in Japan, where you would get this Pac-Man Championship Edition specialty if you got multiple DLC packs. But it's neat and interesting and a fascinating adaptation to the NES or Famicom that they made this fairly modern, really psychedelic, psychedelic's not right, like rave-focused reinterpretation of classic Pac-Man into this crazy Xbox Live arcade game back in the 360 era that they continue to sequelize and make different versions and continue to add and port to other platforms. I know the most current one is in the most recent Pac-Man Museum Plus. They included the original Pac-Man Championship Edition, which that's probably not the version you want to go for. You probably want to go for Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, which is still available on a lot of platforms. It's a really solid arcade-style score chaser game. That was also the first time I played Pac-Man Party to get this footage. Pac-Man Party's... It's a Mario Party-like. It does some cool stuff that I have not seen Mario Party do that I think is pretty interesting. That said, it also is a lot more drawn out than Mario Party, which feels insane to say, because I've played a handful of games of Mario Party Jamboree, and I don't know why, but rounds of that just feel so long, and I don't know why. It's just like everything's just slightly too drawn out. It's the strangest thing. One of the strangest things is a song coming up from Pac-Man World 3, the Pac-Man World game, which has not gotten a remake yet. We're also going to have a couple other songs. Some of these are going to be pretty short, so we're going to do another quartet. And then, who knows? Maybe we'll have some trivia. So here's some Pac-Man World 3, and I will catch you guys on the other side. Hey, welcome back. That was VR Maze from Pac-Man World 3, followed up by Pac-Land Remix from Pac-Man Museum, followed by Chapters 4 and 8 from PACpix, and Killer Frost from Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. I have not engaged, this may be surprising, I have not really engaged with any piece of media centered around Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, with the exception of one, like, micro cartoon that was available for 3DS. And I primarily blame that micro cartoon for my complete aversion to everything going on with Pac-Man: The Ghostly Adventures. It was a really bad cartoon short. Like, it was real bad. I hear the games, though, are supposed to be pretty all right. There were at least 2 of them based on the cartoon, and a couple others based on some other stuff. That are less straightforward platformers. Yeah, it seemed weird to me. I guess I kind of get, just based on the time frame that it came out in. It's the kind of thing where it just seems very... It came off as extremely juvenile to me. And that was something I really had a hard time getting over. So, I don't know. Maybe someday I will give it and the games a shot. Maybe I'll enjoy it. Maybe I'll be impressed. But what you're going to enjoy right now, is some trivia. Hey, it's time for the Quiz Zone. As always, with the Quiz Zone. We're going to test your Pac-Man trivia skills. You can guess in chat if you want. You do not have to guess in chat. If you don't want spoiled, you can just hide it. And we'll let you know the answer afterwards. Here's your Pac-Man trivia question for the week. Which multiplayer Pac-Man game features famed Mario voice actor Charles Martinet as its announcer? And no, I'm not talking about Smash Brothers or a Mario Kart game. This is a Pac-Man game. Pac-Man is in the title. It's a Pac-Man game with Charles Martinet as the announcer. While you contemplate it, here's some Smash Brothers music. This is Pac-Man's Park and Blocktown from Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS. Enjoy! And I'll let you know the answer afterwards. Hey, that was Pac-Man's Park and Blocktown from Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. Once again, over on the Quiz Zone, the question is, which multiplayer Pac-Man game features famed Mario voice actor Charles Martinet as its announcer? And as Knuckles correctly guessed, it is indeed Pac-Man VS for the GameCube and the GBA Link cable. Funny enough, it is Martinet doing Mario's voice for it, and the game itself was designed by Shigeru Miyamoto. One of the quotes that Miyamoto gave around the development of this game was basically that, hey, he's a big Pac-Man fan. He really wanted to make a Pac-Man game, and the Game Boy Advance Link cable was a good excuse to do so. It did not get a very large print run, but it did get bundled in with a lot of things, and it's a neat little fun game. They went on to port it to other systems. I believe there's a GBA, or I'm sorry, not GBA, 3DS Pac-Man collection that also includes it, and I believe there is a version on Switch in yet another Pac-Man collection. Either that or it's standalone, I'm not sure which. But it's interesting because there is an actual store app that the Ghost players can download so that you only really have to buy one copy of the game in order to play it. It's neat. Let's get a good sample of Announcer Mario in this game.
Pac-Man versus! Watch out, Pac-Man ate a power pellet. Look, fruit appeared. Only 10 dots left. What?
Yep. That's Mario right there. So thank you for playing. There'll be a couple more questions a little bit later tonight. With that in mind, though, let's get back to some music, and we're gonna hit the next one with a mobile title called Pac-Chain, which is a Pac-Man sort of tile-popping puzzle game. I've not gotten to play it myself. There's a lot of Pac-Man mobile games that no longer work, and a lot of them that have went up and have since been delisted. There's so many. So here's Pac-Chain, as well as some other fun ones. A couple with the number 2 in them. Raising eyebrows. Enjoy. Hey, welcome back. That was Scramble Mode from Pac Chain, followed up by Mischief from Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. Wrapping it up with Treewood Forest from Pac-Man World 2. There's a lot of games that I kind of look at, like, in the realm of Pac-Man and kind of wonder, like, am I the only person who actually likes this game? And I think Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures almost strikes me as one of those. It certainly has some issues. Number one issue is it probably should have had support for the Super Nintendo and/or Genesis mouse, based on the kind of game it is. But also, like, it's weird that it is a it's sort of this cartoony point-and-click adventure game where you don't control Pac-Man directly, but you control this sort of external force who needs to guide Pac-Man, who needs to manage his emotional state and get him through to complete a series of tasks. You're not really directly doing anything. You're just kind of trying to gesture for Pac-Man to do the things he needs to do and figure out, like, okay, I need him to be happy in order to actually engage with this particular thing. So now I'm going to have to figure out how I can get his emotional state up, how I can jostle him out of being mad at me. And it just has this crazy style to it where Pac-Man is hyper emotive, and that's not something you saw a whole lot in games like that. Like, you got a bit of it in this sort of canned way, but you usually only got a few moments in, particularly in like 90s goofy or gross out games. But Pac-Man just has so many different faces. There's actually a secret sound test mode where you can go into the sprites and actually look at all of the different weird Pac-Man faces and animations in it. And it's just very amusing. It's a game I like, but it's also a game that I know how to play, and I think that goes into a lot of why I am able to get positive feelings out of it, because I kind of know the answers to all the situations, whereas it can be really frustrating if you don't know. But thankfully, it's at least a game with infinite lives, and that's helpful. That's certainly helpful for it. We got another quartet, mostly pretty short ones. We're going into, I guess, the spooky segment. We got a couple spooky tracks for you to get you into the mood of Halloween, but also to get you into the mood of our next quiz. So look forward to that afterwards. We're going to kick it off with a truly unusual PC game called Pac-Man All-Stars. Sort of a weird multiplayer Pac-Man game. I believe PC exclusive. Not even published or associated with Namco whatsoever. It's an odd one. It's an odd one for sure. So I hope you enjoy. And I'll catch you guys in a bit. Hey, welcome back. That was The Creepy Forest, which certainly did not sound creepy, from Pac-Man All-Stars, followed up by Grave Danger from Pac-Man World. Haunted Halloween from Ms. Pac-Man Maze Madness, and finally, Medieval 2 from Pac-Man Adventures in Time. Pac-Man Adventures in Time is weird. So, yeah, I'm saying in chat here, Pac-Man All-Stars, it's a weird, like, I think it's a weird multiplayer arena game for PC? But also Pac-Man Adventures in Time. Okay. I'm gonna inject this into the stream and see how well this plays. But I want you guys to see the intro cutscene to this thing. Yeah, so that villain is known as the Mollusk. The Mollusk. That it is barely in the game at all. It kind of shows up at that point, and it shows up at the end, and that's kind of the whole appearance of that character. That's it. Pac-Man has a weird thing about its enemy. Like, obviously, hey, it has the Ghosts. The Ghosts continue to be reoccurring characters. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, Clyde, and the various other ghosts throughout the series. But it can't seem to figure out, like, okay, who is the head? Is there a head villain? Do villains appear more than once? And the answer is usually no. Like, there are very few Pac-Man villains that exist across more than one game. Some of them come back in other forms. I know Talkman has a presence in Pac-Man World 3, but it's weird. It's very weird. I've not got to play it, but I've read a bunch of things about it, and I need to watch more of actual playthroughs of it. But yeah, Pac-Man Adventures in Time is weird. It's very weird. What also might be a little bit weird is our audio cue. Hey, as always, I give you a song, and I want you to tell me, like, hey, what game is this from? What game is this from? And this time I'm asking you, hey, what Bandai Namco published game is this song from? You can always guess in chat if you want. If you don't want to guess in chat, you certainly don't have to. You can hide chat, and we will let you know the answer after the song has played. Enjoy! See you in a bit. Hi, welcome back. Once again, the audio cue is, what Bandai Namco published game is this song from? And it took some coercion, but and some hints. However, Knuckles was able to get it. You know, for someone who complains about the quizzes, he has a pretty solid track record with this. This is, in fact, Shadow Labyrinth, the title theme of the game. Shadow Labyrinth sure is, it sure is something. It sure is something. Yeah, it is, so, how could I describe Shadow Labyrinth? It is some sort of, like, Metroidvania game with vague... Not quite... I can't think if it actually has roguelike, aspects or not, but, it's a... Boy, they made a Dark Pac-Man. They made this weird, dark Metroidvania, action-heavy Pac-Man inspired game that's not really about Pac-Man or involves or primarily involves Pac-Man-esque mechanics. Rather, you are a swordsman, and you are being followed across this desolate world by a robot called Puck, who has some sort of mission that they want you to complete. And you do it. You do it, and you probably die a lot. But you can, like, have a Pac-Man demon eat your enemies. Or you can go into maze levels. And I think at some point you fight ghost-like enemies that look vaguely like the Pac-Man ghost. It's a strange thing. I would like to play it. I have certainly not played it yet, but it's the kind of thing where it's like, this is so weird I might have to give it a try someday. It's actually part of the... and this... okay. So... some of you will know this. For others of you, this is going to blow your mind. Dig Dug and Galaga and Ace Combat 3 and Mr. Driller and Shadow Labyrinth and a bunch of other Namco games all exist within the same canonical timeline. This is real. This is a real thing that I'm talking about. It is a Namco maintained timeline called the UGSF History. It stands for oh geez, I'm trying to think. The United Galaxy Space Force. And they have a website for it, and they tell you exactly how and when all the events of these games worked out, and how they are connected into this bizarre timeline. And, like, some of them sure make a lot more sense than others, I'll tell you that right now. Like, it makes sense that Dig Dug and Mr. Driller are connected because they share characters. But, like, everything else here trying to connect to... like, the earliest one that they have is Ace Combat. There's an Ace Combat game in this, and eventually the events of Ace Combat will take us to Galaga? Somehow? I don't... it's strange. I love it, but it's strange. That's Shadow Labyrinth, and... and the UGSF timeline. As I continue to cough, here's some Pac-Mania. Enjoy. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. My videos are not syncing up as I'd like, but yeah. Hey, that was Blocktown from Pac-Mania, followed up by Galactic Outpost from the Pac-Man World Rally, wrapping it up with Pac-Rainbow from Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. Yeah, Pac-Man Championship Edition DX. Real cool game. It's a real cool game. Check it out if you have a chance to. Stylish, it's addictive, I'm surprised you don't absolutely love it, Knuckles. Like, that seems like your jam as, like, a, score chaser. And it hits me between its, soundtrack and its, graphics and sort of the maze-running gameplay gets me. We're gonna keep things going as we go. We've got one more set of music tracks for you before we get to our next quiz. We're gonna throw some Ms. Pac-Man at you, as the previous video unfortunately prematurely indicated. We also got some Pac Attack for SNES and some other stuff. Let's take a listen. Enjoy. And welcome back. That was, there we go. That was Intermission 2 from Ms. Pac-Man, followed up by Puzzle Pit Fight from Pack Attack, followed up by Gyro Jungle from Pack and Roll, and finally Pac Baby from Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. Quite a funky song. Knuckles and Chaz asking, what is the worst Pac-Man game? And, I personally think it is Pac in Time, although I certainly have not played all of them. Pac in Time is a Super Nintendo reskin of an Amiga game from another company. It was originally called, I should say the original version is called Fury of the Furries, which is sort of like a, I guess you would call it a puzzle platformer. It uses weird mechanics around a grappling hook where the movement in it is really weird, and yeah, it is extremely British, Knuckles. It is extremely British. It's just, the controls are squirrely. It's built around sort of a puzzle-solving mechanic where you have to collect certain power-ups to get to certain areas, and then exchange them for other power-ups for other areas. It's extremely British. It is extremely, extremely British. It absolutely comes from that philosophy of design. I'm trying to figure out if it legitimately was, but it certainly sounds it. To think, is it? Yeah, it was for the Amiga. Yeah, okay. I am fact-checking as we go through. It was for the Amiga, which, that should tell you a lot right away. It just feels really it just feels kind of clunky. It feels kind of squirrely. The mechanics aren't really well explained, and I don't think they particularly create a fun experience. And it's just frustrating to kind of control Pac-Man, especially whenever they want you to use this weird grappling hook mechanic to connect to surfaces and kind of swing from them, like Spider-Man, but it's too fast and weird to really do so effectively. However, hopefully you will be able to effectively answer some trivia on the Triple Trouble. This is, again, Pac-Man themed. And let's see if you can get it. Triple Trouble is 3 of these things have something in common. 1 does not belong. Tell me which one does not belong. All the better if you can figure out why as well. You are welcome to guess in chat if you want. You certainly do not have to guess in chat, but you can. We'll let you know the answer afterwards. The topic is, which Pac-Man? Your choices are Pac-Man Party, Pack and Roll, Pac-Man Dash, and Pac-Man Museum. You'll notice that last Pac-Man Museum does not have a plus on it. The original Pac-Man Museum, not Pac-Man Museum Plus, despite what that graphic on the side suggests. Which one does not belong? In the meantime, here's the song. Hey, that was Slimed from Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Once again, for the Triple Trouble, the topic was, which Pac-Man? And choices were Pac-Man Party, Pac-and-Roll, Pac-Man Dash, and Pac-Man Museum. And Sonic Trainer got this one, because the odd man out is indeed Pac-and-Roll. The other ones featured the Ghostly Adventures design of Pac-Man. Which, except for Pac-Man Roll, it did not. Pac-Man Party was technically the first one to do so. I believe it exists outside of that cartoon. I don't think it's actually connected to that cartoon at all, but it was the first game to feature that design. And it was followed by Pac-Man Dash, the mobile title, which is directly based on it, and wrapped up with Pac-Man Museum, which, despite being a classic Pac-Man collection, also was basically the face of that particular collection in spite of it. And yeah, that version was Pac-Man for a hot second. It's kind of in the same way that, like, I'm trying to think of like, the problem is Sonic is almost an equivalent to that, but not quite. But in certain franchises, it's just like, hey, we have a particular version that goes with the cartoon or whatever that we're doing right now, and suddenly everything uses that, whether it makes a lot of sense or not. But Pac-Man has no meaningful continuity, so it kind of doesn't matter which one is attached to which. But hey, despite this being highly focused around the Wii U, rest assured, Smash Brothers still used classic Pac-Man, and I'm happy about that. I understand why now. But if we're talking about characters we would want, or variants of Pac-Man that I would want in Smash Brothers, it would probably be his family. Ms. Pac-Man, Pac-Man Jr., those characters. Although, obviously that would have some complications these days, considering that Namco technically does not own Ms. Pac-Man. Even though that is an insane thing to contemplate. And I will have you know, Sonic Trainer, that is not Pac-Wife. That is Pac-Mom. His new family, having replaced the old family, is Pac-Mom, Pac-Boy, Pac-Girl, and Pac-Buddy? I think it's Pac-Buddy now. The dog. I don't know why they changed the dog's name. That seems like the weirdest change to me. Because he used to be Chomp Chomp. I guess it might be just to differentiate from the classic Hanna-Barbera cartoon where he was called Chomp Chomp as well. But, like, characters have had that name for a long time. Like, Chomp Chomp was in an 80s game called Pac-and-Pal, where the American version replaced the strange green character that they introduced for it with Pac-Man's dog. So, let's jump over. We've got a song that might not necessarily be a Pac-Man song, but it's from a Pac-Man and Galaga collection called Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions. Hope you enjoy, and we'll catch you soon. Hey, welcome back. That was Strixbox from Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions, followed up by Paczilla from Pac-Man The Ghostly Adventures 2, wrapping it up with Only Young Once from Pac-Man 2 The New Adventures. We're gonna keep things going. We've already hit 9 o'clock, so let's press on. Get this show on the road, and our next one is a game that has since been delisted or is only available offline. I played this myself recently to get the footage, and it is indeed, like, I don't know why I got it offline, but I will tell you, it's fascinating because it has a Bravo Man skin. So if you want to play Pac-Man as Bravo Man, or, I'm trying to think of Namco's old, magical transforming girl, series. Wonder Momo. If you want to play it as Wonder Momo or Bravo Man, you can do so in Pac-Man 99. So with that, let's take a listen, and I'll see you guys in a bit. And we're back. Not all of those have a proper fade out. I didn't completely test that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So hey, we're approaching the end of the evening tonight. Want to mention that we got another stream coming up directly after the show. If you're watching this live, over on Wednesday, I had played my first round of Minecraft. I've never played Minecraft before, but I cut my teeth on playing it with the Sonic skins, and tried to learn how to play Minecraft to varying degrees of success and varying degrees of my friend's frustration. I also wanted to bring up that Knuckles87 had said earlier in chat that he plans to do some streaming this weekend for the Joker Festival over in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So if you want to catch some Crossworlds play, keep an eye out on our Twitch this weekend. Finally, if you missed it earlier today, Dread did a 25th anniversary, kind of a retrospective, kind of an overview of contest entries for Sonic Stadium's 25th anniversary. You can go ahead and check it out. It's still going to be in Twitch VODs. I'm assuming he's going to put it up on YouTube in the near future. It's a good time with some interesting stories, and hope you get a chance to watch it, or have already watched it. As always, my opinions are my own, but the show broadly is under the banner of Sonic Stadium, over at sonicstadium.org, one of the internet's longest-running Sonic fan communities. You can catch all that content and so much more, including our request thread for next week's Sega Sonic Radio. It's our Halloween episode. We want your spooky requests. We've got a couple in. I'm surprised we haven't gotten more, but I'm holding out that we're gonna get a bunch for this upcoming episode. People like their Halloween special. So get those requests in. You can do it on Twitter, you can do it on our Discord, you can do it on our Blue Sky, you can do it on the forums. We give you so many opportunities and places to submit your requests, so please get them in. The episode is going to be on Thursday, October 30th. Thursday, October 30th. Because Friday is the day of Halloween, and I'm going to have some trick-or-treat obligations that day. So enjoy. I hope to see you there and then. We're closing off tonight. It may be Sonic Stadium's 25th, but right now it is Pac-Man's 45th anniversary. And they found a number of ways to celebrate, but one of the ways is by releasing a new music track, one of which that appeared in the credits of their latest game, Pac-Man World 2 Repack, which is a pretty fun game. It feels kind of old. Like, it is very much an adaptation of a sort of 3D platformer of the era, but darn if it isn't fun. Darn if it isn't fun. So with that, let's close out with Pac-Maniac 45, the closing song of Pac-Man World 2 Repack. Enjoy, and I will catch you guys next week. Peace, y'all. I think we got time. I think we got time for one more. I think we got time for one more. Here's some Shadow Labyrinth. Well, it would it okay. Let's be real. Let's be real. It wouldn't be Packtober without me bringing up one more track. I've got one more. I've got one more, I promise. This is the last one. You can check out this song and many more comedy tracks over at thefump.com. This is Pac-Man is 40, and so should you, by Worm Quartet.
If you've never played Pac-Man before, it's a little something like this.
Being rather yellow guy? Pac-Man! Do he eating lots of dots? Pac-Man! Running up and down your street, screaming at your mailbox now, hanging from your ceiling fan? Pac-Man! Mouth open and a close? Pac-Man! Run your fingers on my arm! Pac-Man! Jumping up and down real fast, putting butter in your hat, shaving all your fish at night! Pac-Man! Oh, it's time to Pac-Man! The best way to Pac-Man is to use the game. You move a joystick and you eat the dot. Eat all the dots, you win another maze. And mazes are the place where Pac-Man goes. He eats the key or maybe eat the pear. Cause these are food for eating in the maze. The ghosts are making death, so run away. Or make the bloopers turn into a food. ASMR! Nice shoes, let's Pac-Man! And the Pac-Man is the thing that you will move. The thing is all the Pac-Man that there is. We're eating all the dots and also Clyde. But also Clyde is only sometimes food. The food is very easy for the mouth. Cause mouth is all the thing that Pac-Man has. But if the death makes nothing from the ghosts, then look, another Pac-Man is arrived.
Look what you've done.